My name is Patricia, and my experience with the QRS goes back 5 years. And at that time, I was having worsening lower back pain. And I went in to see the orthopedic physician, and that I had been seeing periodically for bursitis of the hips and elbows, and he would give me injections of steroids for the inflammation and the pain, which would give me relief until the next flare-up. So I told him about my worsening lower back pain, and he said, well, let's get an x-ray and see what we're dealing with. He came back with the x-rays and he said, no wonder you're in pain. He said, your lower back is filled with arthritis. He said, nothing we can do except give you the non-steroidal NSAIDs. And I said, well, I can't do that because I'm allergic to aspirin and to the NSAIDs. And he said, well, there's nowhere that I can inject your back for the pain. So I asked him if he had ever heard of the QRS machine. I had heard of this through my physician's son, and he said yes, he had, but no experience with it. He said, if you have access to one, go ahead and get it and see what it does and let me know. Well, I purchased the QRS and began using it, and in about 4 to 6 weeks time, my pain was gradually disappearing. Of course, I was doing lower back exercises along with this, and I felt great about the whole thing. Then it seemed like all of a sudden the pain was back again and it was getting worse. So I made a phone call and learned about the reverse healing process and was told to slack off for a couple days or a week and then start it up again at a lower intensity and then gradually increase, which I did. And today, almost 5 years later, it's been 4.5, I have no lower back pain. And during that time, a few other things, nice surprises with using the QRS machine on a daily basis. I had a hard time sleeping at night and falling asleep. Now I just put the machine on relax 3 and I don't even remember falling asleep. Another good thing that happened, I had bumped my knee, my shin bone on my dishwasher when it was open, and I had a wound. It was healing fine, and then it became infected and really got bad, like a leg ulcer. And so I got the pillow out for the QRS machine and started putting fresh aloe vera directly on the wound and putting the pillow over that. It healed up beautifully. With my experience with the QRS and my age, I would not be without one. 2 other things that I would like to mention. I was starting to get arthritis in my hands, and I started doing treatments with the pillow directly onto my hands, and that also improved dramatically, and I'm very pleased with that aspect of it. Another thing, I had chronic sinusitis, horrible sinuses, and so I started doing pillow treatments on my sinuses, and that has greatly improved also. And to me, it's a health-enhancing apparatus for many, many different things. And like I said before, I would not be without my QRS machine. I travel with it everywhere I go. If I'm going to be gone more than 2 or 3 days, the QRS goes on vacation with me.